again. So I've been having a bit of a problem with this tank. Quite a new tank. It's my saltwater tank. I've only set it up a few weeks ago and got some fish recently for it, and went to try the instant cycle using this stuff as recommended to me by my local fish store and lots of people on the internet. By all means, by all accounts it's great stuff and no reason to believe it isn't. So what you do is you add this stuff at the same time as you add your first fish, and various instructions on the back, you can look them up on the website, but basically you add your first fish, you feed very lightly for a few days, and within a few days your tank is cycled and you're away and you're ready to go. So I did that. I filled it up with water, let it settle for a couple of days, went to the shop, got myself my clownfish, my bottle of ATM Colony, and followed all the instructions, dosed the tank, away we go. So I've been using the saltwater test kits. These ones, got a bunch of different ones, and monitoring the tank over the first few days. The readings were a bit just not right, basically. So I was getting ammonia at first, thought okay, then nitrite, yep, but nitrate was never kicking in, and nitrite wasn't going away, and ammonia wasn't going away. Now ammonia did start to go away, but I still wasn't getting nitrates, which immediately made me think the cycle hadn't actually worked. It hadn't kicked in for whatever reason. So obviously I immediately started blaming this stuff, going, I knew it was snake oil, it would never work. But did a bit more investigation, and as usual, it's my fault, it's not anything else. So I'll put a video up somewhere around here. The tank's got an inbuilt sump at the back of it, and what happens is water goes in one side. So that black bit at the back you can see is essentially an inbuilt sump. So water goes in on the left hand side as you're looking at it, go through an intake, through some sponge, up and over, down through some media. So I've got various bits, lava rock, alpha grog, ceramic rings. Just, I know there's better stuff out there, but it's just what I happen to have. So I had bags and bags of ceramic rings. I mean, it's quite a lot in there. I think I've got 2 big bags of ceramic rings, probably half a bucket of alpha grog in there, and some lava rock. So it's meant to go in through there, through the sponge, which you would rinse out after every weekly water change to make sure nothing was building up in it. Down through the other media, hit the pump, and spits that back out through the spray bar, which runs the length of the tank. The heater's in that side bit as well. So in theory, all good. But what I had noticed, that what was actually happening was the seal had burst on the back of the sump where it attaches to the aquarium. So instead of going through all the media, the water was just being pulled in from the other side nearest the pump and getting pumped straight back out. So water's obviously going to follow the path of least resistance, and it's barely touching the media. So the colony wasn't getting to the media to settle, to start eating up all the bacteria, wasn't getting to settle anywhere, to start eating up all the bad stuff. Now it will be getting there to a degree, but I've got a bit of rock in there, for instance, and so essentially, because I've got a power head pointing at the rocks, that's the only place the bacteria was getting a chance to settle, and that's the only place the water was filtering through it. But I've not got very much rock in there, as you can see. It's quite a minimal scape, hence why the cycle wasn't happening properly. So what to do? That's where I started to wonder what am I going to do there, because I can't fix that, because it took me about a week just to get water into the bloody tank, and the cost of going out and buying another whole bucket of salt and getting another 4 or 5 cartons of RO water made up to then mix it in salt again and find somewhere to put the fish and things like that. So obviously, ideally, I would have drained the tank and set it up again from start and re-siliconed that seal, but I wanted to find something that I could do instantly, which is where this stuff comes in. Gold label Pond Aquarium Sealer. Fish safe, seals underwater, instant repair, solvent free. So fish safe, seals underwater. Perfect, just what I'm looking for. So I've used this stuff, and what you do is essentially just like any other sealant, but you can do it underwater with the fish in the tank. Did a lot of research because I just, again, was a bit, really, is that true? But yeah, what you do is, unlike normal silicone, you want a big fat bead and you don't want to compress it, but other than that it's exactly the same. You get your caulk gun, stick it in the water, big fat bead, leave it like that. It cures pretty much instantly, but I think they say leave it 24 hours. But so I've got that, had a go at it. As you can see, I'll put another video up here of me applying this. Dead simple. If you want a perfect finish, you're going to have to drain the tank, I'm afraid. But for my purposes, this was perfectly good because the sump element is black, the back of the tank is black. I got the black version of this stuff, and you can't really tell that it's a big fat bead that's a bit uneven, not from the front of the tank anyway. So I kind of got away with it. So if you're ever caught in a jam, I think this is the stuff for you. It seems to do the job for me. So far so good. This is a day later and already having redosed with the colony, levels are coming back down, the big water change, redosed with the colony, everything's looking like it's back on track again, and fish are looking a bit happier, and I think I've got disaster averted. Well, the first of many no doubt, but disaster averted. So if you're ever caught in an emergency with a cracked glass, a seal starts to go, got a leak, I would recommend getting a tube of this stuff, and that might save you a few £100 if your tank starts to go and you don't have anything else to do about it. You can get in there while the water's there, it'll provide an instant fix. And as soon as I put this stuff on it, you could tell at the back that the water was starting to go in the right way because it would sealed up that gap perfectly. Instantly. Really happy with it. So hopefully that's a top tip for if you get into an emergency situation, you can get this stuff out and hopefully it will save you from disaster. So I hope that's of help to someone. If it's any use to you, let me know in the comments, subscribe away, all that kind of stuff, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.